It is Friday, January the 6th, my 10th wedding anniversary, and after last night, might have to reevaluate the gift. Lost all three of our games last night, and after a 1-2 night on Tuesday, that means we have now had back-to-back losing nights for only the third time all season. Doesn't make it any easier to swallow. Going to try to right the ship tonight. 3 more games I'll be involved in. Let's get to them now quickly, starting in Washington, where the Wizards host the Minnesota Timberwolves. Washington a 5-point favorite at Betsafe, 212 the total in this game. Now the Wizards have dropped their last 2 games to Houston and Dallas, but still a much better record than Minnesota this season. But I'll tell you what, you look at these T-Wolves closely, you look at their last 5 games, they're playing better basketball than many people realize. Yes, just 2-3 in their last 5 games, but those 3 losses have come by 10 combined points. And the wins were over the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks, both teams who would make the playoffs if the season ended today. And you look at their recent history on the road, it's much of the same. They have lost their last 3 road games. 2 of those were close. But prior to that, they picked up road wins over Chicago and Atlanta, 2 teams that certainly hope to be playoff teams in the Eastern Conference. So quietly, the Wolves playing some decent basketball now, facing a Wizards team tonight that again has lost 2 straight games and does not play very good defense. Washington, 23rd in the NBA in points allowed, 26th in opponents' field goal percentage. We know this Wizards team, guard dominant, John Wall and Bradley Beal, they sort of drive the ship. But the Timberwolves, they're a little bit more balanced. Yes, they can score outside with guys like Andrew Wiggins and Zach LaVine, but in Karl Anthony Towns, they have an absolute monster in the paint. And the last time these teams faced off, towards the end of last season, Towns scored 27 points. The Wolves were able to put up 132. And look, I just don't think the Wizards will have any better of a plan to slow down Towns this time. I mean, Marcin Gortat, slow-footed, and aside from him, they really don't have much resistance in terms of interior defense. So I look for Towns to have a big game here again tonight. And I think the T-Wolves keep this one close. The Wizards, a very inconsistent, unreliable team. Like we said, the Wolves have been playing better as of late. I think 5 points might be too many in this situation. I think the Wolves a good bet as a sneaky road underdog here. I like them +5. Moving on now, the Philadelphia 76ers going on the road tonight to face the Boston Celtics. Celtics a 12-point favorite at Betsafe, 213 the total in this game. These teams met early this season on December 3rd, and the Celtics squeaked by with just a 1-point win. That game was in Philadelphia. But look, you look at this Sixer team. Yes, they've won 2 straight for only the 2nd time all season, but they've been really bad on the road this year, just 3-10 away from home. And tonight they might be without their very best player, Joel Embiid, listed as questionable with what the Sixers are calling severe flu symptoms. They might also be without Robert Covington, a key part of their rotation. He's dealing with a back injury, and the Celtics have been playing great basketball lately. They have won 8 of their last 10 games, coming off an impressive double-digit win over the Utah Jazz a couple of nights ago. The Sixers really bad on defense, 27th in the NBA, 27th in points scored. They're almost as bad in the points allowed category. They allow 106.1 points per game. They score only 98.8. That means they have a point differential of -7.3. That is really bad. As a matter of fact, only the Brooklyn Nets are worse. I think here we have a typical case of a really bad team going on the road to face a good team that happens to be rolling lately. As we said, the Celtics have won 8 of 10 to improve their record to 21-14. I think Boston absolutely blows out Philadelphia tonight. I like them to cover the 12-point number. Final game I'll be involved in on this Friday, January the 6th. What about the Golden State Warriors hosting the Memphis Grizzlies? Warriors a 13-point favorite at Betsafe, 214.5 the total here. Now these teams met less than a month ago, December 10th, that was in Memphis, and the Grizzlies shocked the world with a 110-89 victory, just a blowout. Now, Golden State's only lost 5 times all year. They're 31-5 on the year, so getting blown out on the road in Memphis certainly a surprise, especially when you consider the Grizzlies were without maybe their best player, certainly one of their best 2 players in Mike Conley, starting point guard. Conley is back in the lineup now, but Memphis has lost 2 straight. They lost to both LA teams, the Clippers and the Lakers, and very unlike them, they had lapses on the defensive end. They gave up 115 to the Clippers, 116 to the Lakers. Keep in mind, This is a great defensive team. We're talking about the Memphis Grizzlies, and I wouldn't get too concerned about the last two games. I mean, prior to that, they held the Kings to just 98 in a win, and before that, they held the Oklahoma City Thunder to just 80 points in a Grizzlies victory. Memphis third in the NBA in both points allowed and opponents' field goal percentage this year. But look, there's no doubt about it. It's scary betting against the Golden State Warriors at home. I'll tell you what, though, a big 13-point number here. Yes, the Warriors have won their last 4 games. All 4 of those wins have come at home. They're wrapping up a 5-game homestand here tonight. But all 4 of those wins have come by between 8 and 10 points. So it's not like the Warriors have just been blowing people out every night here. And this might not be a great matchup for them. If they do have a weakness, it is at the center position. I mean, now that Andrew Bogut has moved on, they start Anderson Varejao, but he usually only gets 15 to 20 minutes a night. So center, a soft spot for this Golden State team, and the Grizzlies have probably the best center in the NBA in Marc Gasol, only 19-8 and 6 assists back on December 10th. I tell you what, I think Gasol is going to go to work tonight, and I certainly don't think Memphis is going to win this game. That would be a real surprise. But 13 points, a lot of points to be giving a good Memphis team, a team that plays really hard on the defensive end, and a team that has a real matchup advantage here at the center position. I know it's always risky betting against Golden State at home, but I'm going to do it tonight. I think Memphis a good bet as a 13-point road underdog. There you have it, folks. Those are my thoughts on this Friday, January the 6th, trying to turn it around after back-to-back losing nights. I like Minnesota +5 on the road in Washington. I like the Boston Celtics to cover 12 at home against the Philadelphia 76ers. And I like the Memphis Grizzlies as a 13-point road dog in Golden State. There you have it, folks. Those are my thoughts for tonight. I wish you best of luck, just so long as your interests don't conflict with my interest. Good luck.